Hello everyone, this is Codecrafter, and today we're back with Danganronpa. It's actually night, it's actually still the same night, and basically what happened last time is we searched for clues, and the problem is that I still don't know who it was. Everything points to it being Hufimi, but it can't be Hufimi. Nothing makes sense, nothing lines up quite right. I just don't know. Oh shit. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. I was in the middle of transitioning from one episode to another. I bet you were afraid you'd be discovered as the murderer you are. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for last trial. We can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Alrighty. We ding-dong doing this, I guess. You trust me, right? Come on, you trust me. Oh, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. What about you? So the school basement has become the darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Miyagi's first curtain call. Shut up, it's not me. Come on, you gotta believe me. So whoever stuck us in here took the time to set up the goddamn courtroom, huh? Wow, I mean, that is impressive. There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future.
The heck?
I can't help but wonder whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now. Terrified.
I'm sorry.
In the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. So surely how Sayaka would have wanted us to find out who killed her. You gotta believe me, you're the most logical one here. I'm ready. Not really. Being so insistent even though you obviously killed her, very impressive. Relax, I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator. Let us begin.
Yes.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mysteries surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. You need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try to give myself courage, I turned trembling with anticipation towards the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh.
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel like a real courtroom? Feels like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close, it's total shit. It looks total shit.
Well now.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. Oh no. It's two spots missing. They were arranged in a giant circle. We set up so everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it would be easy for everyone to transfer their tension and unease on everyone else. They seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain falls and our first case opened. A deadly judgment. deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Yes, I want to save the data. Pre-trial prep. So it lets me like prepare. Dead. Choose bullets. So this is all information I already looked up, I already know. Set skills. Increases your truce bullet rate of fire, effective during non-stop debate and the bullet time battle final strike. I'm so confused, but I can choose different skills I've earned. Oh, that's what these do! Did they change how increase damage to the opponent when statement is destroyed? Effective during the bullet time battle. I don't know what any of this means. Interesting. I guess I'll finish preparations. Jesus.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
I messed up, but okay.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
You asshole.
Friendship penetrates?
Shut up. Stop.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
So it can technically fit up to 16 people, but why is that? Is that just a design choice, or is that gonna mean something later?
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
The debate who decide who would think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me, everyone's lives are on the line. What is happening? Make your argument. Have a bit of a struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
Alright.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Yeah. There's something odd about that last statement. It definitely contradicts what I already know. This first debate, I'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the lies will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words will appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice? That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots are built important, though not always inaccurate sections of a person's statement. The truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. You can fast forward an argument by holding the shift key. Good luck and have fun. Alright, this is not fun.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
in the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
What?
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
Yeah, that's...
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Thank you, exactly.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Here we go again.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No.
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong. No!
I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
Jeez, calm down.
Right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right, there's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. Interesting. So, but how could this get hard? This seems really easy so far.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret. Nobody was in the dining hall.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Why, I did go to get some tea from the kitchen last night and the knives were still all there, but when I finished my tea and went back, one of them was gone. Saying the knife disappeared for your drinking your tea. Yeah, so it happened while she was there. How did she not notice anyone?
The knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
How? That doesn't. It doesn't work like that.
Swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly,
Why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
What?
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Yeah.
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Okay.
Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Alright. So, I think that
Okay,
proves
so
it.
Then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
Well, no way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
Oh,
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
you didn't mention that.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right. But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
Alright.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations? We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Who was it? Please tell me it was
Why
Ufimi.
didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here anymore. It's. Oh no.
Sayaka.
Oh.
She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka. So the person who took the knife from the kitchen was. Sayaka.
Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
The person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Oh damn.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
This is bullshit.
You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't see something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Holy shit. They don't understand. If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, when the room was cleaned and the names
Something
plates
was
were
missing
switched.
from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. What was it? Let's see. I'm confused. What is happening? Oh, it's hair. It's not hair? It's not hair. What is it? Oh. It is hair.
Now I understand.
That confused me, because it took multiple hits.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No.
If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
It wasn't me, jackass.
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
No.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Yeah, the doorknob was broken. Ah, jeez.
I got it!
I'm like running out of
The killer
time.
had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto
Oh,
is
yeah.
beyond suspicion.
That's true.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
I knew how to open the
You
door.
still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
It's a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first. Is that the key point here? It's a bit more to learn. Alright.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Oh, the timer stays the same.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
No.
No, that's wrong! The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because I'm unlucky student.
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yep, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
Yeah.
lucky at all.
No.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
Because they didn't know.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Important detail. For some reason they were convinced the door was locked, which means the important detail the killer didn't know. Okay. They didn't know. They took place in my room.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Which is literally everyone else. It could still be anyone.
Couldn't have done it.
Yeah. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Yeah, they don't know what to do now.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
We didn't talk about the glass ball yet.
As a matter of fact, I do have one question. Oh, you. You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yeah, that is really weird.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Yeah.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
No.
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
Yeah,
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because... what am I looking for? I don't know what I'm looking for. Sword. I'll present this. I don't know what I'm...
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Same goes for you. Yeah, no matter what, don't open the door for anyone. And even if I'm sure you will absolutely won't open it, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
No, so that means we switched keys. No one else could have gotten the keys.
Was a lie.
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
Something I want to talk to you about, just us two in 5 minutes. Can you see me in my room? Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room. Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
I don't think so. No.
I didn't.
But of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
That note, Sayaka wrote it.
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Bullshit, it was you.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then, pay attention.
What is happening? Okay.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room. I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room. Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
No.
No, that's wrong.
Because the nameplates were switched.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
No.
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
And one person who could switch nameplates.
I got it! Me
Alright.
and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
So, see, even I don't want to believe that she was just setting me up.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
Yeah.
Why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that,
Oh, wait a second.
we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What if she set someone else up? to make it so she tried to kill someone else and made it look like
What
me.
happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
I think it's the opposite.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
I think they have it backwards.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Big sword was because of it was glitter.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword.
But that still doesn't...
You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
No, it doesn't, because we still have no idea what the fuck is happening.
Then it's about time to solve this mystery.